Hi, my name is Melissa Ball, and I am the art teacher at Fannin County Middle School, and I'm applying for the Operation Roundup grant. And I wanted to do a video to show you some of the activities that my kids could use for this grant. I would like to be able to purchase a classroom set of iPads. I currently have 6 iPads in use for over 30 students, so if I had more iPads, I would be able to have more access to those kids who would have to share with like 3 or 4 or 5 students, and it would really help individualize their learning because they could pick out and use the iPads for things that are really interested in them and not just the whole group. So one of the activities that we use iPads for is a weaving unit, and to guide that weaving unit I have the students will go through the steps, and I have a QR code that I've created for each one of the videos, and each QR code is a separate video on YouTube, and it guides them to the learning process so that they can create bags. It goes from the beginning process of cutting a loom out of cardboard, setting up the loom, and how to weave, how to tie everything off, change strings, and how to finish their bags. And this is an example of a student bag created with the videos. This is another example, and another example. And the videos really help the kids because there's one of me and 30 kids in the classroom, and if I have the videos, the kids can take an iPad and a pair of headphones, and they can go to the specific step that they have a question with and watch that video. And so it seems like there are more of me in the classroom. There's a video me and the classroom me that are walking around. So it really helps because it's like there's like many of me in the classroom that students can be guided and get extra help that they need. Another one of the projects is I teach students in 8th grade to use iMotion and iMovie, and they work in groups and they create a storyboard of a story that they want to tell, and they use claymation clay, and they build sets and characters, and they develop a story. So I'm using literacy skills, and I teach them how to use 2 programs, iMotion and iMovie, and I have this guide to kind of help them with the flow of the lesson and what they need. And the iPads would have iMotion and iMovie on those iPads. So this would enable more. Instead of, I currently have 6 iPads, I have to have 6 groups in the classroom. But if a student doesn't want to work with a group, if they want to work by themselves, or like 2 students want to work on a project, a good idea, it really helps by having more sets, more iPads in the classroom so that it can individualize learning, and they can go on what their specific interests are and not just the interests of the group. But they use the iPads and use iMotion, and then they edit it into iMovie, and then at the end we save the videos and we watch all the videos that they've created. Another lesson where I need more individualization is in 6th grade. I teach students to do drawings using compasses, and they learn about degrees, 360 degrees in a circle, and angles and right angles and stuff in math, but a lot of kids have never even drawn with a compass, so I have to teach them how to use a compass. And I've created videos, and I have a video for each one of the ideas, and I believe I have 7 or 8 different videos created for this one lesson. So they get to, I have these cards with a end product of what it looks like, and they can look at the designs and say, oh, I like this design, I want to create it, and they'll look up video card 19, and you can see those videos on YouTube, and I specifically show them how to start off with creating a dot on your paper, and then to hold the compass down with your finger, and where to put the pencil, and how to draw the circle, so that they get that individualized instruction. And then I can go around and monitor for more help, and then it really helps the students become more successful, because when they're using compasses that they've never used before in the classroom, and I can give them through the videos, through the flip videos, I can give them that individualized instruction that they need. So they find the card that they want, they find the video that they want, they put the headphones on, they have their materials at their seat, and they can pause, they can rewind, they can rewatch what they need to. And then if they have further questions, I'm more free to able to move around the classroom and see those kids that need specific questions. So there are a couple, I have, like I said, about 7 or 8 designs. Here's 2 designs that they can choose from. So again, that individualizes instructions because they get to pick what design they like, and then they can use the colors that they like, and so it really saves, creates more creativity because the kids can do more instead of everyone doing one design. If it was just me teaching one lesson, one design. Well, I'm actually teaching 7 or 8 or 9 lessons in that one period, and it's based on what kids like, what they prefer. Oh, I like this design, or I like that design, so I'm going to watch that video. So it's like 8 or 9 lessons wrapped up into one lesson. Another one of the activities I do, and this is with 7th grade, so each of the grade levels, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, will be using these iPads for various different lessons. So one of the lessons in 7th grade is they do a selfie project where they take a self-portrait with an iPad and then they cover it with a clear acetate and they draw on the acetate to help them, so it becomes a tool in drawing so that they can draw their self-portraits, and then they take the acetate and they color it in with oil pastels, and then for the background on a white sheet of paper they paint a picture of where they would like to be. And then we put the acetate over the top of the clear picture. So here's an example. This is my example. So the clear acetate is of my face, and then where I would like to be would be Paris. And then to use literacy skills, they go on Artist Blog and they create a blog and they write 2 to 3 sentences about why they chose that destination. And then I take them into QR Code Monkey and they create a QR code and they link it. So they print out the QR code here, and so the viewer can interact with the artist. They can look at their picture. Oh, I like that. I'd like to learn more about that. They can scan it with the iPads, and they can read about why they chose that destination, why they want to visit there. And all of that's enabled, the literacy skills, the learning the technology, using the iPads as a tool to actually create is all possible through the use of the iPads. And then here is the lesson for the selfies project, and it goes step by step. It's a little flow chart, and it shows them what they need to do, creating the code, and then making sure that everything's completed. And then we go around and we look at everybody's self-portraits, and they read their blogs, and they can also respond on that. Oh, that's a great idea. I would like to visit that place also. So it really becomes more interactive. The viewer becomes interactive with the artist. Another project we do is we create clay animals or bowls or anything like that that they want to create out of clay, and the iPads really become a resource. So they can look up, if they wanted to create like an angry bird, they can use an iPad and they can look up the image so that they can see what kind of details they want to add to their project. If they wanted to create like a clay crab, they can look up and see what a crab looks like. Or if they wanted to create a clay owl, these are all student created pieces that were used from, like, gathering ideas from a source. It becomes a resource, the iPads do, so that they can look at the details and say, oh yeah, I need to add feet to my owl, or I need to add a beat to, and different details, or I wanted to do like swirls or some type of design element, and they can look those design elements up on the iPad and use those. I started creating flip videos because I do teach every student, almost every student in the school in 1 year. Every student takes an art class, and I have every student at least 9 weeks, but every other day. So it's like 22 days I have every student, which is not a lot of time, but in that time I incorporate drawing, painting, using math in art lessons. We use science in art lessons. We have clay. So we do a lot of projects in those 22 days. And so I service the whole school, all the children. So with a class set of iPads, I would be servicing every kid in that school would have access to these iPads to really and help them become more engaged, more creative, and more individualized instruction than if I didn't have the iPads. They would have to do more group work and more sharing the resources, or use mostly me as a resource instead of videos of me, which really help. So 2 years ago, I created videos to flip my classroom so that the kids can watch some of the videos at home if they need to. They can watch them in the classroom. They can use headphones and listen to the videos while the rest of the class is working on other projects. So I created these 2 years ago, 2 summers ago. I took a class, Flipping the Art Room, through the Art of Ed, and it was an excellent class. And then I was notified 3 weeks later after creating, I think I had like 4 or 5 videos created by then, within 3 weeks. They wanted to talk about my website on the YouTube channel in an article that they were going to write, and the article was going to be sent worldwide through, because they have people from all around the world take their classes. So I was really amazed because I was like, well, I just created these videos. And so one of the other ones was about 5 flip teachers YouTube channels you won't want to miss from the Art of Ed, and I'm number 5, and it talks about the weaving videos. Those were the first set of videos because that was my biggest channel. The reason I took the class was because weaving was overwhelming sometimes, because there was just one of me and 30 kids and they all wanted answers immediately. And so I thought, I've got to do something to make this lesson run smoother. So I flipped the video, and you can see a series of videos. And they liked it because it was kind of added some humor to it, because I talk about, because a lot of times kids say, why are we learning how to weave? And I say, well, I made up, like, zombies are really popular right now for them. So I said, what if there's a zombie apocalypse and you need to have a resource, because otherwise they're not going to let you into an area of safety unless there's something you can contribute to that society. So you could tell them, I know how to weave. I can make great things out of my weaving skills, like a bag for you to hold weapons or water bottles in, or anything like that. So you become a contributing part of the society, and they might let you into the fortification, which could save you from zombies. So pretty much I saved their life. Thank you. You know, so, or you're welcome. So that adds some humor to it, and they liked it, and so they published it in that article. I've had a lot of good responses from the kids. Sometimes I'll make some of the videos and kind of make them a little bit corny, but it helps engage the kids and kind of catches them. And it's something that's unique and different into learning, so it's not the same monotone thing that they're happening. So I really hope I get the grant. As you can see, I can use it for lots of things, and those are just what I'm currently using it for. I'm always open to more ideas and more technology and how to engage the kids more and have them become more creative. So I hope you look through the information, and I really hope I get the grant to help my kids. Thank you.